Well, there is only one place to start. Rangers produced a sensational performance at Ibrox to beat RB Leipzig and reach the final of the Europa League. They trailed 1-0 after that first leg away in Germany. They won 3-1 this time around to go through 3-2 on aggregate. Chris Boyd was watching this, and Chris, you kicked every single ball out there at Ibrox tonight. I just wonder, when the dust just starts to settle a little bit, what was the key to Rangers getting through this evening?
Well, I think obviously getting the 2 goals early on, David, was brilliant. James Tavernier coming in at the back post with striker instinct and firing it home, and then a great finish from Glenn Kamara. But I think the way that Rangers went about it, pressed RB Leipzig really aggressively in the first half. The second goal comes from that, and then you look at, you're always going to have to defend for periods of time. Rangers done that. The game then became a little bit detached, but they managed to regroup, got that third goal through John Lundstrom. And I mean, it's very difficult for me to sit here and pick out one individual, but the full team were unbelievable and thoroughly deserve it. I mean, I'm still watching the pictures right now. The place is absolutely buzzing, and rightly so, because 9 years ago yesterday, this club was lifting Division 3 title in Scotland. It's now in the Europa League final. It is a fantastic achievement. The players should be really proud. The fans, the way they've stuck by the club, they're really proud. Giovanni Van Bronckhorst, the job that he's done since coming in, taking over from Steven Gerrard. Steven Gerrard deserves a lot of credit and praise as well for the way that Rangers have grown as a club again in European football, because he was the one that started it all, and then the belief was there. But Giovanni Van Bronckhorst has come in and taken nothing away from him. His tactics were spot on in Germany. His tactics have been spot on here tonight again. And I'm looking at pictures right now of Walter Smith and Jimmy Bell, who sadly passed away during the week as well. I'm sure that result is for them too there tonight. Big Davy Laverty, wee Jimmy's sidekick up and down the years. He's in tears on the pitch. It's just a fantastic occasion for Rangers Football Club, but I'm sure those 2 greats of our football club, Jimmy Bell and Walter Smith, will be up there looking down, and they will be really proud of the job that team, Giovanni Van Bronckhorst, has done there tonight.
What is special about this team, and in particular this club at the moment, would you say, Chris? Because all of those factors have all come together to create this incredible moment where Rangers have just kept coming back, round after round.
I just think that never die attitude. I've said it before, there's been top teams came to Ibrox in the past and been toppled. Everybody thought that Borussia Dortmund was just a matter of them turning up. Obviously, Rangers spooked them in Germany, put in a fantastic performance and brought that back to Ibrox, where they were able to kick on there. And there's one thing about this Rangers team: you don't want to be chasing the game against them, because they have got players that can pick you off. Ryan Kent, exceptional. You've got to remember, Rangers have done this without a recognised striker over the 2 legs. It's a fantastic achievement to get to where Rangers are. Score, the 3 goals. The real togetherness of this team is something you can't buy, and it's going to get stronger now, because, as I said, I look back at our team. Yes, it looks as if Celtic are going to win the league title, but I look back, if Rangers can win the Scottish Cup, they're now in this final. And I look back, as I said, at our team in 2008 that managed to get there. That togetherness, never say die attitude, and the manager plays a massive part in it, because buying into his tactics, doing exactly what he wants the team to do, and trusting him, trusting your players, and that's how you get results. And Rangers, to a man tonight, were unbelievable and deserve it. This is not a fluke. Rangers have knocked out big guns in European football. Borussia Dortmund been toppled. RB Leipzig, Champions League teams. They've been toppled, and it's an unbelievable achievement for not only for Rangers, but the finances of Scottish football. It's not there to compete with the elite in Europe, but Rangers, with that togetherness and team spirit, have shown you can go far in Europe, and that's exactly what's happened tonight again.
Congratulations to you, Chris. First European final in 14 years. Could be first European trophy in 50. You never know. Stay right there, Chris. We will be coming back to you in a moment. Let's chat to the other guys in the studio who've been keeping us across the English sides who've been involved in European competition tonight, and sadly for both of them it was a case of just one step too far. Rangers will be playing Eintracht Frankfurt, not West Ham, who endured a bit of a tough night in Germany. And Anton Ferdinand, you're watching this one for us. 1-0 they lost on the night, 3-1 on aggregate. But of course, having Harold Creswell sent off early doors, you know, really was such a big turning point in the entire tie, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was a massive turning point, and we sit here now and we sit here and say, if he would have been on the pitch for the whole 90 minutes, would it have been different? I think it would have been. You know, seeing the way that West Ham started to take the game to Frankfurt and started to get more chances, especially in the second half. But big decisions in games change the game, and that is definitely one. And then to see David Moyes also get sent off in the second half hindered their chances even more, because we all know how fantastic he's been as a manager and as a leader of this football club. But I want to say, sitting here as a West Ham fan, I sit here very, very proud. Aaron Creswell, keep your head up. You know, it will be a tough few weeks, maybe months for him. You know, someone who loves the club and someone who loves football. It will definitely play on his mind. But keep your head up, Aaron Creswell. Us West Ham fans are behind you, and every single West Ham player, to a man, and coaching staff, we're proud of you. You know, you've taken our club to the semi-finals of the Europa League, and that's not been done. So we're proud of you.
What an adventure it's been, Anton. I mean, you know, think about the Sevilla tie, the Lyon tie, getting through to this stage. How much will this entire experience help West Ham grow, this team, these players grow?
Yeah, it will definitely. I sit here now and I say, if even though we didn't get to the final, we've got to the semi-final, which is fantastic. Yes, we wanted to get to the final. It didn't happen. A lot of things went against us tonight. And I'm not going to use that as an excuse. Frankfurt won the game, and good luck to them in the final. But what I don't want now is for the season to just fade out now. West Ham fans will know we've got one more important game coming, the last game of the season against Man City. It's Mark Noble's last game for the football club, as he hangs up his boots. You know, let's turn our attentions to that and make sure that Mark Noble gets the send-off that he deserves. You know, and the players that have played all this year. And remember, we've got a squad that's very, very small. You know, and it's been stretched throughout this whole season. And at times today, especially with 10 men, we look leggy. You know, but we've got one more game, important game, I would say, which comes on the 15th against Man City at home. Yeah, it's going to be a hard game, but it's Mark Noble's last game. Let's give him something to sign out on in fashion.
There'll be so many eyes on that game, won't there, for so many different reasons. Let's turn our attentions to Leicester. Would have been their first European final. Unfortunately not to be. A 1-0 defeat away to Roma, went down 2-1 on aggregate. Tammy Abraham with the winner. 25th goal of the season. He's really just, you know, settled into Serie A very, very well indeed. And we're going to watching this one. Why did Leicester fall short tonight?
I think it was just the intensity that Roma came out with in the first half. You know, I think their first half performance probably won them the game. You know, they were in total control of the game. Tammy Abraham was brilliant throughout. From start to finish, he took his goal really well. And then on the flip side, especially second half, when the balls came up to him, he had to look after it. He had to be strong. He had to link the play, and he did it excellently. And then in the defensive sense, when he had to go back for set pieces and corners, free kicks coming in, he was the first one there to be able to go and head the ball or get his body in the way to block. Absolutely brilliant performance, and that is exactly what you expect from your number 9. Coupled with the fact that he's had his best season, 25 goals now this season. Absolutely magnificent.
Did you see today a player who should be in England squad and someone who should be in the World Cup squad for England?
I can't see how Gareth Southgate can ignore him. I think what he's done this season, he's had to go away, he's gone to a new country, doesn't speak the language, and he's had to go and prove his point. And he's doing it on a European stage. Yes, okay, it's the conference, Europa Conference, but it's on the European stage in a UEFA competition, and I think that's his 9th goal in the tournament this year. Amazing. I don't see how you can ignore a striker that's doing that. And it's not just the goals that he's scoring, it's the performances that he's been putting in.
There's that saying, in it, out of sight, out of mind. Because he's not in England, people won't see it for what it is. But we've got to remember, he's playing in the Serie A, which is known for being very defensive and hard for strikers to to do what they're doing.
And think of the teams that Roma are playing, the teams that are above them in the table, the two Milans, Atalanta, Juve. They've got Fiorentina and others around them. Lazio. It's tough football, isn't it?
It's a tough league. Yeah. And he's at a club that haven't got to a UEFA final since 1991. Huge expectation. They brought Jose Mourinho in for this exact reason. Jose Mourinho brought Tammy Abraham in for this exact reason, because on the big stage, big occasion, he knows that he can handle it. And he's gone there tonight. I'm sure he's got man of the match because of that, with that performance. And he scored the goal that's put them into the final.
Yeah, against Feyenoord it will be. And obviously there are other British lines. The likes of Chris Smalling, who's doing well over there. Ainsley Maitland-Niles gone on loan over there. So there'll be lots of interest in that game too. As we know, Europa League final will be Rangers against Eintracht Frankfurt. So Chris Boyd, you're going to have to tell us, look into your little crystal ball now, Chris. How's this one? I mean, obviously in Seville, first of all, who's going to take the most fans over, Rangers or Eintracht Frankfurt? Because we see what Eintracht can do when they came to London Stadium. Rangers love a big away trip too. And how's this game going to pan out?
Rangers will take more, trust me. Rangers will take more. Listen, I think when the dust settles and, the players will realise what they've done. As I said, you go back years ago, and it's that special feeling of getting to a major European competition. It's a fantastic achievement. I've spoken about the finances. It's impossible for Rangers to compete with the elite of Europe in terms of finances and what they pay wages and everything. But, that team spirit, togetherness, it can take you a long, long way. And that's exactly what's happened. Rangers will fancy their chances. I think Eintracht Frankfurt, 9th or 10th in the Bundesliga. Rangers have already knocked out Borussia Dortmund. They've already knocked out RB Leipzig. I know Anton will be able to tell you more in terms of how good Frankfurt are, but at this moment in time, Rangers won't be caring. I think they'll enjoy the night.
On that, Anton, tell Chris who is there in that Eintracht team. I mean, you were talking about Knauf, right?
Yeah.
I mean, he's a proper player, isn't he?
Yeah.
There are some players there to watch out for, boy.
There is. The right wing-back, Knauf, who's a fantastic player. He's been fantastic over the both legs. Kamada, the Japanese playmaker, is another one that Rangers would have to look at and keep quiet, But as Boydie said, the togetherness that Rangers have and the fan base that they have, can see this through. And in the final, it doesn't matter about who's playing what at a time, where they are in the league. In the final is who turns up on the day. And as we've seen on a few occasions against German teams this year, Rangers have turned up every single time. So as someone who's British, I'd like to see Rangers win the Europa League.
Yeah, the last time they won a European trophy, Cup Winners' Cup, 1972, Dynamo Moscow won 3-2 at the Camp Nou. Will be exactly half a century on if they were to win their second one. There is another competition we haven't discussed, but there was some exciting ties this week. Liverpool against Real Madrid will be the Champions League final in Paris. Right, I want a prediction from all of you, because we know what Madrid have done against PSG, against Chelsea, and then what they did last night against Manchester City was utterly unbelievable, extraordinary, but we know what Liverpool can do. Aaron, what are you saying for this one?
It's a tough one to call. I don't think you can really call it either way. You look at the game. I think Real Madrid have been the most entertaining. I think in terms of the suspense, the drama within the games. And if Real Madrid score, you have to be aware, because you look at the PSG game, scored 2 goals in 2 minutes. The Chelsea game, 2 goals in 3 minutes. The game
score
against
one,
Man
they're going to
City,
score again,
score
basically.
2 goals in 2 minutes. If they score a goal, it's dangerous, because they have the ability to be able to go and score another goal quickly. But Liverpool are brilliant, expansive, goal scorers throughout their team. And Mo Salah has said he's got a point to prove. He wanted Real Madrid in the final. He's got his wish. Now can he go and produce on the big stage?
Anton, do you think most Liverpool fans prefer Real Madrid to City?
Yeah, I think they'd be delighted that they've got Real Madrid in the final. Yeah. Don't mean it's going to be an easy game. Not a chance. With the new name Don Carlo in charge of Real Madrid, who's fantastic, and his accolades speak for themselves. Yeah. But I can't look past Liverpool. The energy that they've got in their team. The one place, I think, for me, where it's going to be interesting, Trent Alexander-Arnold against Vinicius Jr.
What a duel that is
going to be a duel.
And that's at both ends of the pitch, right?
Exactly. So Trent's going to have to stand up and be counted on that day, you know, and there's big question marks about Trent as a defender. He's going to have to prove a lot of people wrong on the night. But I heard Mo Salah saying about if he wins the Champions League, then surely he's got to get the Ballon d'Or. I'd argue that if they do win the Champions League, will Sadio Mane be in there with a shout because of what he's won for club and country, you know? But both fantastic players, and not just that, Luis Diaz as well, who was fantastic, who changed the game for me yesterday. But I can't look past Liverpool. Liverpool, with the way that their managers got them set up, the belief in that team, the leaders in that team with Jordan Henderson and Virgil van Dijk, I think I can't look past them.
Modric is a pretty good leader. There are some others. Alaba, decent leader. Benzema, decent leader.
They are.
Hey, look, just playing devil's advocate.
They are.
You went Liverpool, right, Aaron? You said Liverpool pretty much.
I think Liverpool are probably the better footballing team. So
if you're gonna have to,
I think I'm gonna go with whatever Boydie goes with.
Oh well,
Boydie was spot on tonight.
Boydie don't care. Boydie don't care on this one.
Had a kind of slightly pessimistic, prediction of I think the Rangers are the only team, a British team that are going to get through. And your pessimism proved correct, Chris Boyd. So Liverpool against Real Madrid. What are you saying for that game in Paris at the Stade de France?
I do not care. And
I told you. I said it.
It's all about the Glasgow Rangers tonight. That's all that matters. That is all that matters. Liverpool had their glory the other night there. Tonight's about Rangers. Fantastic achievement, but I'm going to go for Liverpool. Liverpool to win the Champions League and Rangers to win the Europa. And I'm going to go Roma. Jose Mourinho to win the conference one.
Yeah.
So,
nice.
But listen, it's all about Rangers tonight. That's all that matters. That is all that matters. Fantastic.
My goodness, it's going to take you so long to come down after this, Chris Boyd. You're going to be bouncing for the rest of the week, I'm pretty sure. Thank you so much to all of you for your company tonight. Really, really appreciate it. Another thrilling night of European football. So thank you to Chris Boyd, to Anton Ferdinand, and also to Aaron McLean. What an evening for Rangers then. They have reached their first European final since 2008. They'll play Eintracht Frankfurt in that Europa League final in Seville later this month. We'll have plenty more reaction next. Going on.